Give me your roles.
Sure.
Yeah, so how do we do that?
We're just going to talk about it.
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay.
We're just gonna talk about it. Yeah, 1 second. Okay. Audio is good, everyone. So we're good to go, Jorn. Oh, I guess I better introduce everything, huh?
That's what I would hope.
Hello, everyone. I am Logan, your host of the Story Told podcast. We have decided to pivot a little bit from the Fabula Ultimate game because we've had massive scheduling issues, injury, personal things happening, and it just made a lot of stuff. I know that this has happened before with the Story Told. APs are not our main jam. That being said, we are working to adapt to make that better every day. So just bear with us while we figure it out. We're going to find our flow. I have full confidence in Jarn, our resident GM, he's our GM in residence, who will be sticking with us for a little bit, and we're just gonna see what we create together. Now, to move on, we are proud members of the D20 Radio Network, as well as being partnered with Fool's Moon Entertainment. In addition to that, we are affiliated with Fanroll Dice by Metallic Dice Games. Enter the code StoryTold10 into your order to receive 10% off. And today we are going to be doing a one-shot of DracuRouge, or DracuRouge, which is a Japanese game that doesn't have a major presence here in America yet. But we get to play sexy vampires, and who doesn't like to play sexy vampires? I know I love to play sexy vampires. Lestat is my hero. And with that, Jorn, take it away.
Hi everybody. How you doing? Just Jarn. Yeah, you can find me on Blue Sky at Just Jarn at Blue Sky, as well as Start Playing. If you like to anything that I do here and you'd like to actually join in any of my games, feel free to look at Start Playing. I have several games open actually at this point. I have the One Ring Second Edition, Imperium Maledictum for the Warhammer fans, as well as several tables of Fabula Ultima. So if anyone's interested in that, feel free to look it out and let me know if you'd like me to host a game for you. But I do have a special game, which is DracuRouge. This one's close to my heart, and I'm going to be so excited to actually play it with you guys and share it with everybody else. But let me not keep the horn on me any longer, the camera on me any longer. I don't know why I said horn. Fire Imp, what are you up to?
Hi. Hi, I'm a Fire Imp. I am Jarn's perpetual thorn in his side, as he has kept me around in his parties for at least a year. So if you join his tabletops, there's a non-zero chance you will see me and join me in chaos. I am happy to be here. No socials to share. You cannot find me anywhere but here. But as always, I am happy to join this group.
All right, Sunny, what about yourself?
Hi, I'm Sunny. I also go on Blue Sky as my main social at Ferret of the Forest. As you can see, I'm not a ferret. Sorry to let anybody down, but I promise I do have ferret-like tendencies. I've been playing several games with Jarn and recent friends with Logan. I did an episode of the podcast together, and I've just been along for the ride and having a great time. And with that, I'll introduce Steven.
I'm Steven. I am Logan's roommate, as many listeners to the podcast know. And I am fairly new to gaming, especially this game, like everybody tonight. And once again, I am playing a campy diva. Shocking.
All right, excellent. So we are going to be delving into DracuRouge. At this moment, what you need to know about DracuRouge is that Lord Dracul has destroyed the sun, and that had happened over 1,000 years ago. The progeny of Lord Dracul have gone ahead and begun to govern the realms of the Everdark, and for the most part, in their time, they've splintered off and created factions, and so you have 6 clans that basically vie for power and control within the Everdark. But sometimes, well, not sometimes, most of the times, they tend to work together for the simple fact that there are many threats within the Everdark. There are the night beast that dwell, the fragments or the aspects of the sun that still linger, and even worse, There are those same knights who have fallen, none as far as terrible as that of the House of Nosferas, whose own progenitor turned into a demon queen. And so, at this point, our story is actually going to be picking up when a letter, a missive arrives for our companions. And so, what I'm going to do now at this moment is I'm going to go ahead and allow the companions to describe their characters to the best of their abilities. I'm going to start off with one in particular, Aldehide Grimgerd Modania von Helsgard. Aldehide,
Hi.
feel free to describe yourself.
Yes.
Describe your character.
So I am of the appearance of a young adolescent girl with eyes red as pale wine and hair a noble silver. She holds herself in a regal regard, back straight, shoulders back, in the stance of a knight. Approachable, beautiful, but always ready to strike if need be, as that is her upbringing in the Hellsguard.
Excellent. And so, when you receive the missive and it arrives to you, it comes from none other than one of your acquaintances from long ago, a period of time that you recall with a bit of sadness and lament for the person that you left behind. The letter comes from none other than Lady Karenina, Vivian von Avaloma. Lady Karenina is under stress, and she reaches out to those that she recalls, the people that she remembers that had either allied herself or at some point in her life had made a difference. You, Adelheid, this missive arrives in your hands, but specifically, you recall that Lady Karenina and yourself were not on the best of terms. Rather, you were more involved with her sister, Gunhilder. What was that like as you are taking on the role of the lover?
My interaction with Lady Karenina?
With Gunhilder, the sister.
With Gunhilder. It was it took the form of a relationship of the lady and the loyal knight. It was chaste, in quiet corners, in dark hallways, in candlelit rooms. It wasn't supposed to be known. It wasn't supposed to be widespread. It was a flight of fancy, of fun, of partnership, of true feelings. But the courts are harsh, and the courts have their ways. And the courts don't particularly like when somebody mingles intimately above their station.
And that's what happened with you and Gunhilder. And afterwards, when this relationship, this dalliance, was found out, you recall that everything kind of moved away hurriedly from Lady Karenina's estate. The time that you had spent there kind of seemed almost like a dream passing quickly. Thereafter, you heard rumors that Gunhilder had disappeared. Perhaps out of shame, perhaps out of the desire to not arouse the anger of her sister. But she had gone. And now, after several years, Lady Karenina sends you a missive requesting your presence, requesting your arrival to the castle or the manse of Reichenbach. And so at this point, due to curiosity, due to the desire to determine what had happened, perhaps to revisit old wounds and realize it yourself head on, you've decided to go and make your way to Castle Reichenbach. And so that is going to be Adelheid. Next, we are going to be talking or determining how the missive got to Countess Rosamond Millicent Adler von Drac.
Okay.
How do you think Countess Rosamond knew Lady Karenina?
Oh. Perhaps they shared a neck. What? No? Nine?
So you guys would have shared a neck. So would this have been a flirty relationship? Would this have been something more serious? What do you think?
I think they probably never actually shared the neck at the same time. This was probably just some dalliance that they shared, and one time at some social gathering, they realized that they had this mortal connection, I suppose.
Excellent. So then you believe that Countess Rosamond would view Lady Karenina relatively well.
Maybe a tad bit of friendly competition.
Understood. That works. How do you believe Countess Rosamond dealt with Gunhilder, the sister?
Perhaps oh goodness, I can't help it. I love the Gilded Age right now, so I'm just picturing characters from the Gilded Age, and I'm picturing sort of a very begrudged tolerance, but kind of also that Regina George mentality that the second she walks away, that's the ugliest skirt I've ever seen. I mean, I think she probably, loathes her, but the Countess, I don't know, maybe she puts on a good show.
Well, I mean, you did pick up the role of being the scorned. And so at this point, It could be that perhaps you even tried to win the affection or the attention of Gunhilder, but she never really actually looked at Countess Rosamond in that fashion.
I like that. Okay, great. Thank you.
No worries. Excellent. All right. So moving down the line, we are going to now be talking to, and I do apologize, just to kind of add more context to Countess Rosamond. You are within your estate, within the lands of the Drac. They are kind of the more noble of the families, more noble of the houses. They have an air, a pompous air about them. And so at this point, you'll see that one of your servants is running down the long hall leading towards your dining room, or perhaps, where do you think Countess Rosamond would have been sitting as this missive arrived?
Oh, but definitely, probably in the dining room. I sort of imagine that maybe she eats alone at a very, very large table.
So at this point, you'll see that the servant, you can hear the pitter-patter of the feet of the servant as they're running down the hall, trying to make their way through your very large manse. And purposefully, you picked the dining hall all the way at the back end of your manse, and all you hear is tick, 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 tick. And eventually, this poor individual is running up towards the table set upon a dice, and you'll see that they go ahead, bow politely, making their way towards you, and kind of walking over with a bit of a rough breath. They go ahead and stop, and they're just like trying to collect themselves before, Madame Countess, a missive for you. And with that, you'll see the name of Lady Karenina upon the front of the message, piquing your curiosity. And at this point, as you begin to open the envelope, you realize Lady Karenina is asking for your presence. And so with that, you let ideas begin to float in your head as to why that may be. All right. And so we're going to turn real quick now towards Lionel Edward Balbastre von Nosferas. Lionel.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Lionel is tall and muscular, a real drink of water, if you will, except for the weird iron mask that covers the lower half of his face. He has grayish blue eyes, and his hair is mottled white with black at the tips. He has a sweet body odor, which is because he probably bathes in oils and flowers to be more appealing to that which he desires.
Lionel, I am going to say that your character is the one that stands out a little bit more, comparatively speaking, to the others. Lady Karenina von Avaloma and Gunhilder von Avaloma are both individuals that have a more pronounced sense of power within their clans. Whereas Lionel comes from Clan Nosferas, the Lost Clan, the one that is being held together by the ambitions of those within the clan to try to bring it back together. How do you think Lionel would have been involved with either Lady Karenina or Gunhilder?
I think he was involved with him at one point for protection when the house was still in shambles. So I think it wasn't an alliance per se, but it was an agreement in secret between the two houses.
So in short, basically when Nosferas fell, eventually Lionel made his way towards Avaloma, perhaps under the condition that they would take care of him and protect him during this time. Mm-hmm. And so for the most part, you were brought into the House of Avaloma, specifically to the House of Lady Karenina within Reichenbach, and you were, for all intents and purposes, raised there. But eventually you felt the need to leave.
I want to also add, part of that agreement was that he was kind of a secret enforcer when she had to have someone disappear. Because he does have the accolades of a champion and a warrior, so I like this idea that he might be like her secret assassin that no one knows that he works for her.
Ooh, very interesting. Excellent. What do you think Lionel would be doing now?
He's not on an assignment. He is probably in a garden with a well-tuned harp in his lap, playing to 2 or 3 mortals, of which have caught his eye, his current playthings, if you will. Men, women, studio executives, doesn't really matter.
You're going to see that one of the individuals, one of the common folk who live within this village in particular, begin to make their way towards you, running quickly. You see that they have a bit of excitement as they're holding it over their head, holding onto the cap or the hat that they have as well. The closed hand that's over their head, kind of running towards you, and you see what looks like a letter being bent by the wind. At this point, as the individual rushes towards you, they hand it over towards you and they say, "I didn't even know that people knew where you were at, my lord." But a letter has arrived.
He extends his hand and takes the letter, but before taking it to himself, he tilts it flat and puts it under the mortal's chin and raises their chin up and go, "Never bow to anyone, darling." Thank you. And he uses his razor-sharp fingernail as a letter opener to open the letter or break the seal, and then read the contents.
You're going to note that the letter comes from Lady Karenina von Avaloma. At this moment, your past, your memories begin to flood over you. But in this letter, you're going to note that there is a urgency, a need for assistance, a request for your presence, because something of grave portent is occurring. And for the most part, you are being beckoned. You're being called back to see Lady Karenina.
Darling, prepare my horse. I leave immediately.
You see that the individual goes to bow, but they stop themselves short and they're like, of course, my lord.
Good boy. Thank you.
And then finally, we're going to be speaking upon Rosetta, the Evening Thought Olmsted von Helsgard.
So, Rosetta has a very stoic and serious demeanor. She is professional, she's regal, she's noble. She's definitely what a lot of other guards hold themselves to as a standard. She has medium length, moonlight silver hair. Her eyes are crimson, and her skin is incredibly pale. And there isn't a time that many of the people around her have ever seen her out of uniform. And she almost always has her rapier on her hip or in her hand.
I mean, those are two really good places to have a rapier. I would agree. You recall for some time that you had spent a stint within Castle Reichenbach. You had been sent to learn to hone your skill with Lady Gunhildr, the younger sister. Lady Gunhildr had always excelled in combat as opposed to her older sister, Lady Karenina. Lady Karenina being more of a socialite. She liked to engage in politics and talking, whereas Gunhildr took more to the sword and fighting. And so you had gone ahead and in doing so created or had established this long relationship with Lady Gunhildr, learning from her, practicing and honing your martial skills, and for the most part realizing how good she was, not only as a teacher, but also as a warrior. It's almost sad that she had all but disappeared. Rumors kind of persisted, and when you returned back to your house, to your country, the most part, you kind of left that thought there. Again, it's kind of sad that over the years you hadn't heard much from Lady Karenina, but the only thing that you did hear was the fact that Gunhildr had gone missing. This had been about a year or two ago. And yet, as you are getting yourself ready to begin a patrol within the mountains that surround Helsgard, in order to find and detain and bring to the prison any sort of night beast, one of your fellow Helsgard soldiers arrives. They kind of present themselves, and for a moment, they go ahead and they say, "Sir, a missive has arrived for you. It's from Avaloma? What would that... Well, I do not wish to ask. Here." And with that, they present to you the missive.
So Rosetta would definitely wait until the soldier has left the room before opening it, just in case there is sensitive materials inside. Once she's alone, she does open it and look over the missive just to see what's going on and what's expected of it.
To your surprise, you find that the missive is written by Lady Karenina, the eldest sister. At this point, it just makes note that she had fond memories of you, and she always understood that Gunhildr had always placed her trust in you. And that at this moment, Lady Karenina makes note that she is trying to find individuals that would be able to help her, as something ominous is occurring within Castle Reichenbach. And so at this point, you kind of realize that you are being requested for your services and hope that you will be able to attend.
So she definitely heads off to put in for leave so that she can go and attend to this matter.
Excellent. And so, as all things, time passes. You eventually cross your realms, getting to the ocean that separates the rest of the houses to the island of Avaloma. As you make your way across the ocean, reaching the small island, you find a carriage waiting for you. At this point, you're going to notice 3 other individuals who are attending to this carriage as well, getting themselves settled and sitting in. At this point, all 4 characters are now aware of one another. With that, the carriageman goes ahead, noting that all the luggage has been taken up, goes ahead and grabs and sits upon the driver's seat, grabbing the reins to the horses. The man, a mortal individual, turns his attention towards you and says, "We're off now. If you need me, just tap. The name's Bartleby." And with that, Bartleby pulls upon the reins, and with a click, the horses begin to take off. The ride along the road. Oh, I do apologize. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought we were going to have a little scene in the carriage. Please continue.
Oh, no, for sure. I was just going to put the ride upon the road is one that follows a path, like kind of, sorry, I do apologize. The road cuts along the land, following the path, pursuing the cliff sides. You're going to see that at several points you can look out towards the left side and you can see the open ocean glimmering in the moonlight, a pale red color. Towards the right, you're going to see cliffs, and at times you're going to see clearings where forests grow relentlessly. And at this point, you guys are, as you're sitting in the carriage, looking upon one another. Please feel free to introduce or talk to each other, introduce yourselves as characters, and see where it goes.
Well. It seems I am in good company today. Though I can't say I know any of your names.
You might introduce yourself first.
What would be the fun in that?
Fun, mayhaps not, but it would endear trust.
And it's just the polite thing to do, my dear.
Then by all means, introduce yourselves first.
Very well. You may call me Countess.
Charmed.
And you are?
Countess of what?
I've already forgotten because I didn't make this character myself, and I need to look at my sheet. Pardon him, was sorry, darling.
What? Let's go ahead and ask this one quick question. What do you think you would name if you were a vampire diva? What would you name your palatial estate?
Ooh, okay.
Please make it a double entendre.
I was trying to think of what. Suka. The estate of Suka.
And well, there you have your answer.
Yes, I believe I will be content with just calling you Countess.
Yes. And you are?
Call me Adelheid.
It's a lovely name, dear. And what about you, sir? You asked our names, we're still wondering yours. And you, dear?
Oh, County.
Yours?
County, dear, I cannot presume to be as dignified as you. Or even Addie over there. But they call me Lionel. But you, and he looks to you, Sonny, you can call me whatever you wish.
Not quite as charmed as I was by the others. I am Rosetta Olmsted von Helsgard, and I am here on a mission. Were the rest of you also summoned to this land?
I was asked by the mistress, yes.
I have acquired a summon. It is also nice to see the greatness of yourself in person. I've heard your tales.
You flatter me.
No flattery necessary, it's the truth.
Darling.
If this flirting keeps up, I might get a little jealous.
Flirting, I'm simply being honest.
Dear, I could have been home with my little darlings, curled up in slippers with cucumbers over my eyes, and yet I'm here with you all.
Don't sound so
Don't make it
pleased.
sound like you hate us. Just
Oh,
not.
no, darlings, you two are fine. It's this one. And she just kind of gives a glance at Lionel and a little...
Paint the picture, darling. It will last you longer.
You know, darling, I think I might have met... What time period does this take place?
At this
Vaguely
point, roll,
I think I might have met you.
roll with whatever you like. This is,
I was going to say, I think I might have met you in Studio 54 once, darling.
it's supposed to be more of a medieval flair. Knights and
No, I know. That's why I was being facetious. I find you once next to the cask of Amontillado, darling.
No, that was not me. Perhaps they have a doppelganger.
No, that was my friend Edgar.
Oh, Edgar. Don't know him.
Anyway.
So you are all friends of our mistress, it seems.
She is a great
Yes,
renown.
Friends is one
acquaintances. We are acquainted via acquaintances.
That is vague.
Yes, darling. Well, that's called having a love life.
Oh dear.
We've also just met. I'm not going to be telling my entire life story to you yet.
That is
We're
a shame.
barely strangers.
That makes it all the more fun.
Really, if you care for prattle, then why don't you take the lead?
I haven't
Yes,
been doing
trauma dump
so.
on us if you wish.
Oh, there is no trauma in my life. I am perfectly content and happy with everything.
Oh, really?
An info
the
dump.
the mask upon your face seems to disagree.
Oh, the mask on my face is more for your delicate sensibilities rather than mine. I've been told.
Not a very good
Darlings.
example.
I've been told it's a
At this
true
point-
Darlings, all
war.
I know is that
at this point, as
Darlings,
you're
all I
caught
know
in
is that I-
conversation. At this point, as you're caught in conversation, I do apologize to interrupt.
No, you're
you
fine,
feel that
you're
the
fine, you're
carriage
fine.
goes ahead and rocks, and at this point, you hear Bartleby, the driver, go ahead and shout out. And he's like, "Blast it!" And with that, you'll see that the horses begin to screech as the carriage begins to kind of lift up, bouncing, tossing you guys around within the inside. And then in the next instance, the carriage begins to fall.
Brace yourselves.
Bartleby, as you can see, is an individual that does not have the blessings of Lord DracuRouge as those with inside the carriage. As the carriage begins to fall, you all can actually take action. What do you think you would do?
So, being a soldier, Rosetta's immediately hand at her scabbard and kicks open the door to the carriage.
As you do that, Rosetta, looking out, you're going to look upon the road that you had just been on just mere seconds ago. There in advance ahead of you, you're going to see dark shapes clambering about the road, looking like spiders. These things are moving in mass, but they're not normal. They're very large. At the same time, you're going to see that one of them has gone ahead and shot webs at Bartleby and begun to drag the man off with him as the carriage is plummeting off the side of the cliff.
Make haste! Escape! And she goes to try and grab everyone and help them through the open door towards... as fast as she can to try and get them out onto the road and not over the cliff.
Is the top of this carriage made of wood or leather?
We're going to say whatever you like. What do you think the carriage is made out of?
Oh, I want it to be leather, so as it's tipping, he can pull daggers from his side and jump forward and slash a hole in it to leap out the top. Like,
Then
very
that-
acrobatically.
Let us make it so. All right, and so we're going to move towards act number 1. The curtains are pulled back, and you guys are going to be brought into your first round.
Cool.
All right, you should be able to see that this is going to be set up. It has 3 locations. The 3 locations are going to be situated, known as the throne, the hall, and the garden. But you're also given more details, as you can see that there's the carriage, the rocky cliff, and the road. The horses are still following with the carriage, as well as all of your luggage. That might be something you want to save. The road is where you're going to have your... Bartleby is going to be located at. You're going to see that there's a token now reflecting Bartleby. Here at this moment, you're going to see that there's also these terrible creatures known as heartless spiders that happen to be located there. Actually, hold on. Let me put these 2 here. Put another one over here. And then finally... as you look, you're going to see that the carriage is tipping over and falling. You're going to notice that not far along this cliffside, you're going to see that there looks to be the ruins of a old chapel. And kind of standing now at the entrance of the old chapel looking out is a robed figure who watches you all. So, DracuRouge is played by the players taking actions. This is going to be a conflict. So you're going to be able to only do or commit to conflict actions as your turn plays out. We're going to be talking about resistance in a minute, but I do want to point out all characters start off with a noblesse oblige. Noblesse oblige is the commitment that a knight does to protect all that is good within the Everdark, and normally during sessions, as one gets stronger, one does really cool things, you may be awarded more noblesse oblige as you play the game. Noblesse oblige can be spent by the player before they roll to add an additional d6 to their roll. In the acts, or in the turns, in the scenes, each character is going to be able to take 2 rounds. At the end of the second round, if nothing has been resolved, the story will continue. But basically, there's only 2 rounds per scene, kind of limiting how much action you can take and what you can do, with the exception being the final act.
Okay.
The thing I'm going to point out more so here now is also that you're going to notice the heartless spiders. Those are... minions or stewards that are on the scene. They're basically individuals, NPCs, that don't have the prowess or strength, comparatively speaking, to the knights, but they still cause havoc or can cause problems for the players. The heartless spiders will take action whenever a knight moves out of a area or zone that they're in, moving to another zone. They will act there, and also if the player ends the turn or the round in a zone that has these small stewards there as well. Excuse me. These stewards in particular are going to be reducing your health, or sorry, causing noir. to your character. Also notice that there's a steward over here, which is Bartleby, and there's the Heartless Spiders that are here. At the end of the round, these two will go against each other, and normally they will nullify one for one. So basically, they will become wallflowers. That would normally mean that in this case, the attendant, which is Bartleby, is going to be, undone of his life. And whether you care for that or not, that all depends on you.
Question.
And so, yes.
It says renowned scandal exempt blood effect once per round. When an NPC becomes a wallflower, you gain 1 warmth. What does that mean?
So if one of these individuals becomes a wallflower, if one of these stewards becomes a wallflower, you gain a warmth. If you look at your bonds, you're going to notice 2 sets of bonds, one to the left, one to the right. One says Rouge, the other one says Noir.
Okay.
Whenever you take actions, whenever you take Noir, you're going to be putting a bond with that individual. Usually for stewards, it's always linked to the person that summoned them. In this case, it's going to be the robed figure. If you fill out your bar, which I think is 5 spaces for the Noir, your character is going to become Thirst. Thirst is going to add an additional point to your die roll, to one of your highest die. But the problem with too much thirst is that you begin to fall. You begin to become a night beast. And so one wants to avoid that as much as possible. The opposite with Rouge is that you gain warmth. Warmth is an ability that you have that can actually reduce the thirst of any player during their turn or during your turn, to reduce any sort of thirst that they've gained. There's also other rules with warmth, but those come in the additional books, and we're not going to cover that for today. I don't want to overwhelm everybody here. Just kind of give you a setup as to what you have.
Sure thing.
All right, so let me go ahead and set up. Ooh, this might be a little bit loud when it starts. All right. So players get to go first. You guys get to take actions. So in this game, you're going to be looking to see who goes first. Well, this is based off of your class. If you look, there is going to be a... did I set it up? I did not set it up. Hold on. Let me set it up for you guys. Makes it easier for you guys to see. Oh, I did set it up. You guys should be able to see on the left-hand side of your screen, scenes. There should be one, which is the road. The other one should be theater stage. You can click on theater stage. You're going to see the turn order. Night beasts get to go first, then hunters, then pilgrims, then guards, then lords, and then finally sages.
Okay.
And so in our party at this moment, I do believe that we have Lionel, who I am 100% sure is a night beast.
Where does it say that?
Yeah, where do we find it on the sheet?
Oh no, I'm a hunter.
You're a hunter. Sorry, it's a path.
Yeah, it's right under bloodline. Everyone.
Correct. So you're a hunter. So you're gonna still go first because I don't think anybody else is a night beast.
Okay.
What's a general?
So I hop out of the carriage. Am I able to, when I escape the carriage, go to the road?
You're going to be starting off in that central area, on the central stage of the hall. You can spend one move action. You only have one move action to move between locations, but it has to be spent at the beginning of your turn. So if you're going to move, you can. The only thing, though, is do understand you do have 2 spiders over here. So if you do move, you're going to be taking 2 noir.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will attack Heartless Spider, this first Heartless Spider closest to me, I suppose.
All right. So you can go ahead.
And we have a base of 4 dice, correct?
Yep. You roll 4d6.
Do I have to use one of my actions, or do I just roll 4d6?
No, the rolling. So what you're going to do is that you decide if you're going to move or not, right? Then you roll 4d6 because the 4d6 is going to tell you what points you have to spend to purchase your actions.
Oh, now I get it. Okay, got it. 11. So then I look at my combat actions and see what I can do.
Correct. So if you see your combat actions, you're going to notice that some say like, oh, spend 3 points, or this one costs 2 points, or whatever. You can combine dice together in order to buy a greater move, but you cannot divide a die to pay for multiple moves.
Got it.
By the way, a general goes at the same time as a lord, so you guys will have to argue. You and the countess are going to have to argue who goes first.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess I'm going to use 5. Do points carry over round to round?
No, they do not.
Okay. So I need to do something that's a combination of those, but once I've used an action, I can't use it again for the rest of the game.
For the rest of the round, unless otherwise it's stated in the moveset.
Okay, so I want to use My Name Shall Be Heard and Leave a Scar. So as he attacks one of these spiders, it says seal realization. Until this realization is dispelled, the target takes 1 Nor towards themselves at the end of each round. So I'm going to have these 2 twin daggers, these silver etched blades that I just slash at this spider with and go, you know who I am, as his entire face just darkens and that foppish voice disappears and it just sounds like rage incarnate. And that will use 9 of my 11 points, and I also gain a point of Noblesse Oblige.
Excellent. So which move did you use? And I do apologize.
Leave a Scar.
My Name Shall Be Heard.
It costs 5. Its range is 0 to 1, one other than self. That's the seal realization. Until the realization is dispelled, the target takes 1 Nor towards themselves at the end of each round. And I also used My Name Shall Be Heard to gain a point of Noblesse Oblige.
The Noblesse Oblige. Oh, excellent. So you're going to have 2 Noblesse Oblige.
Yeah.
But I will say this. It only hits them with 1 point of Noir at the end of the round. So by the time you turn, your round ends right now, the Heartless Spider is still there. You're going to be taking 2 Noir. This is towards the robed figure. So make a note.
Okay, so 2 Noir towards the robed figure.
Correct, because they are minions of the robed figure.
Got it.
All right. Excellent. So that was going to be Lionel. The next person up, believe it or not, is going to be Rosetta.
Okay. So I don't actually have in my information the what Noir and all my health and stuff. So I don't know how many Noir and all that I have starting off.
Ooh, let me get that for you. I'll take care of that.
Thank you. But I'll go ahead and roll the 4 D6.
Oh yeah, I don't think I have that info either.
You should.
It's under the bonds. You fill in their name, and on either side there's 5 boxes, and you fill in those boxes for how many points of Noir you have.
Got it. Okay.
The first one should be yourself. I just don't know if the Noir goes in the yourself portion or the robed figure portion.
So Noir towards yourself, you can actually gain Noir at the beginning of a die roll in order to increase I think it's and I do apologize, I need to look it up exactly because I'm kind of getting right now with something. Sunny, I put it into the Discord channel. You can take a look at what it looks like, and you just need to make the bonds, and it's 5 boxes. You fill out the 5 boxes. If you fill it out with Rouge, you get a warmth. If you fill it out with Noir, you get a thirst.
Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, when you are spending, because you can actually spend Noir against yourself in order to reroll. That's what it was. Okay, so you can actually roll, and if you don't like your roll, you can actually attain Noir towards yourself in order to reroll any of the dice. You can only do that up to 5 times on a singular roll. But if you do, you get a thirst at the end of that.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to use excuse me. like a rose's thorn.
Hold on. I just want to point out one thing, Sonny, because you're the first one that does it. So, double ones or double sixes counts as a pips of glory. That is going to imagine another die with a 10 value on it, just right there next to yours.
Okay. So then, if that's the case, I'm going to use the gates of hell are open. And it's an area effect. It's area realization. Each time an action is successfully activated in the target area, you inflict 1 point of rouge to a target of your choice on the stage.
Okay, so what does it look like?
So, she basically... I'm thinking of Utana for some reason. But she takes her rapier and, like, holds it in front of her face, draws a circle in front of her, and then strikes up at the sky. And it crashes down in, like, red lightning around her, and then goes over the ground around her. And it's almost like there's, like, the ground opens up, and it's like a thin veil over it that everyone's standing on top of, like, red light. And underneath you can see flames.
Cool.
Very nice. Very nice.
And so, and the target of choice, I'm gonna give it to Lionel just because he sprung into action and she respects that.
Ooh, somebody respects Lionel? Ugh.
Yeah, I know, it's hard. She's coming to terms with it.
So I have a point of rouge now?
Yes.
So you have a point of rouge towards Rosetta. So you go ahead and you add in her name, Rosetta, and then you're going to put a point of rouge towards Rosetta.
Got it.
All right, that means that you still have, okay, so you spent 11 points. That's going to be the 10 die, and the 1 die, you still have a 5, a 4, and a 1. What do you want to spend it on?
I'm gonna do like a rose's thorn, which is a cost of 5. The target takes 1 point of noir. After this action has resolved, you may move to a neighboring area.
Okay.
If I move, does that deactivate the gates of hell?
No. Gates of Hell are still going to be there. A realization can only be thwarted by another realization. So if someone else casts an area realization within the rocky cliffs, then it will dispel your realization.
Okay. So, it's going to be that she attacks the same heartless spider that Lionel did, if it's not already felled.
It is not my suggestion, though, because Lionel's ability will trigger at the end of the round.
Oh, right.
So that one's going to... It's doomed to die anyways, but you definitely could take out the other one.
Yeah, I'm going to hit the other one then.
Excellent.
And then after attacking with the rapier, move into the same area as the robed figure.
Okay, excellent. Now, the only thing, though, is that you are going to be ending your round. You're going to be taking some damage from the Heartless Spiders that are there. Just letting you know.
Okay. All right.
All right, so you're going to be taking 2 Noir towards the robed figure. All right, that is Rosetta. So, at this point, Rosemond and Adelheid, both of you get to go at the same time. You decide who gets to go first, though.
Countess, if you would like to go first.
I thought this was going to be more catty.
Actually, you can go because I'm still trying to understand this, and I'm a little slower than you at this. So go ahead. It helps me
Understandable.
receive,
We're both learning.
Yeah.
We're all learning as we go. So it's 4d6.
46.
Correct?
Correct.
Cool.
You're more of a gamer than me, so you're gonna pick this up faster than me.
You'll be fine.
I know, but it's I learn from watching, so.
Okay. I'm thinking. I didn't get the rolls that I wanted to do.
Oh, I'm
things that
sorry.
I wanted.
No. It just went super quiet on my end, and I was like, "Oh no, OBS."
No, You're totally fine. John, I know I already rolled, but can I move into an adjacent area?
So normally you
Because I
have to
haven't taken
move-
an action yet.
Correct. You normally, I do believe you can. No, you can actually roll before you move. So yes, you can definitely move if you like. It's just before you take action.
Okay,
you have
can
to
I
decide
move
if you're gonna move or
into?
not. Yeah. Where do you
Cool.
wanna
Can I move into the carriage?
Go for
The
it.
throne. Cool.
Now
Whee!
remember, you do take 1 point of noir because there is a heartless spider there.
Yeah. And can I attack the robe figure just outright?
Of course.
Cool. I'd like to spend that 5 die on Like a Rose's Thorn, which is the target takes 1 noir. After this action is resolved, I can move to an adjacent area.
Okay. And anything else you would like to do? You still have 4,
Before
3,
I
and
get
4.
booted out.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can spend all of your dice. I mean, all the values that you have, you can combine them, spend it for bigger move sets, or spend them for little move sets. But either way, you should spend all of your dice. So, like, you already have like
I
a
would like
Rose's
to
Thorn that you would
use-
like to do. So, I would suggest use those 4, 4, and 3s to either combine them or something, and do something also cool. By the way, look at my dearest champions.
No, I looked at my dearest champions. I don't have enough dice for that.
How do you?
But I did before, but you said I can't split dice. 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I do. I can't do math.
Been there.
Can I use my dearest champions?
Of course. So you can actually summon all of those
Thank
individuals.
you.
They'll summon into this location up here. So at this point, first off, describe my dearest champions. What do you do?
Of course. So seeing Rosetta charge towards the carriage, towards the heartless spiders and the robed figure up towards the gates, I follow after because I think technically she's my boss. And just as I'm crossing within range, as she stops in front of the robed figure, I will get down on one knee, place my hand on the ground, and kind of summon these humanoid stone earthen creatures. I will summon 5 of them to assist as backup before going in with a little like rapier, being like "ha" at the robed figure to give him that point of noir.
Awesome.
And then backing away in an expeditious retreat.
Gotcha. All right. So since
Gonna go
this
support
move,
the
though,
others. I gave you backup.
since this
Yeah.
move was actually from your actions, it doesn't count towards actually taking any damage from these heartless spiders. But since your round does end here, you are going to take a point from this heartless spider again. So you're going to take another noir towards the robed figure.
There.
All right. And so now we have the Countess.
Steven, your mic's not picking you up.
Sorry, so I rolled 4d6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Okay, so I got 17. And then could they make these? Maybe they could make these in Braille. They're so tiny, these character sheets. So I sound like an old man, don't I? Wait.
I mean, I'll put my character sheet in Procreate so I can draw and zoom in as needed. You're chill.
I don't really feel like I have any combat actions. I feel like all my combat actions just help other people.
Well, your character is meant to command. You're not a person that actually jumps in to attack yourself or to take any action yourself, per
Okay.
se, But if you look towards know the distance of eternity,
That's
that
what
is
I was
actually
thinking.
one of their better moves. And then you can also follow up with the people shall serve.
Okay. I'll do that. I was thinking about know the distance to start with, so I'll do just that. I'll do know the distance, and then the people shall serve.
Well, that one, know the distance of eternity, and witness thine ruptures is another good one right after know the distance if you have the enough points, which I believe you do, to do both
I
of
do.
those.
I have 17,
Oh yeah, you
so
are
I could
definitely
just
going to
do.
have enough.
Okay.
So, describe how Countess Rosamond summons forth her minions or her attendants.
She kind of, I'm not going to do the call. I'm not. It'll disturb the neighbors. But she sort of does this high pitched call kind of thing. And she sort of howls to the moon. She learned it from a werewolf that she once, had a dalliance with, if you will.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank
All right,
you.
so
Try not to be too loud on a mic.
what did the attendants sound like, or what do they look like? I do apologize. You're going to see that your companion Adelheid summon up like these rock monsters. What does the Countess's minions look like?
Oh. Can I be creepy? Can they be little children?
Instead of little children, how about little dolls? Little
There you
doll-like
go.
children.
Sounds good. There you
That's
go.
creepy.
Yeah, well, I was kind of thinking little kids in like little white, all white sailor outfits. So dolls sounds great.
Oh gosh. All right.
Those
and
aren't creepy.
that is going to be know the distance of eternity. You are then going to follow that up with witness thine ruptures. The target gains points of Nora equal to the number of stewards in the area. So there's actually 3. So you can actually hit Heartless Spider with 3 points of Noir, and it automatically defeats the spider.
Saw.
All right, excellent. So that is going to be the end of all of your turns, the player's turn. We're going to go ahead and move towards the NPCs. First NPC that is going to act is the rogue figure. Now, in DracuRouge, the enemies don't necessarily attack the players directly. Rather, they're going to go ahead and inform you that they're going to be taking an action. All of you have what's known as a resistance dice. The resistance dice are 2d6s. So imagine, if you will, that 2d6 dice are given to you right now. The individuals are going to act to use their abilities. I have a list of actions that they can take that I can point by in order to cause these actions to occur. If you guys wish to resist the action, you can go ahead and pitch in a die in order to resist, for one of you to kind of roll together all the dice that are offered in order to resist or add to the total count of the points. If the points that I've gone ahead and actually, considered for this move have been met, I cannot cast a spell. It is distracted, and it doesn't actually trigger or go off. But you only have 2 resistance dice. And you can only offer, I think it was 1 resistance die per, no, you should be able to offer 2 resistance dice at the same time. So anyways, yeah, you have 2, everybody has 2 resistance dice, so you guys get to decide. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you, the rogue figure moves from the front of the chapel, appearing upon the rocky cliffs. The cloaked figure is going to go ahead and The cloak figure at this point is going to go ahead and look upon the allies there. At this point, going to be casting a spell. You see that their hands go up, and they point it towards Rosemont, Adelheid, and Lionel. They're going to be casting a spell. This is going to be costing... How much am I willing to spend? I'm going to spend... All right, I'm writing it down. All right, this spell is going to be triggered. Do you guys want to resist? This is pointed towards Rosamond, Adelheid, and Lionel. Okay, so how many resistance dice do you want to use for this round?
I will give up my 2.
Your 2? Okay, that's 2 for Adelheid.
I'll give up 1.
1 from Lionel. Anybody else?
Steven said 1.
All right, and so the Countess is going to be giving up 1 as well. Who would like to make the roll?
We can do it. So it's 4d6.
4d6. Ooh, okay, so you literally brought up the price that I was willing to pay for this. I was only willing to pay 4 points for it. You guys rose it up to 14. There's no way that the spell takes off. At this point, you see that the figure goes ahead and tries to cast her magic. Countess, how do you disrupt their action?
Steven?
I'm sorry. Can you say that I had a total brain fart? This is what happens at night. Sorry.
No worries. You go ahead and
I zoned
disrupt. It's okay. The Countess disrupts the robed figure's action. What do you think the Countess does in order to accomplish that?
Not sure.
It's a story description.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Brain's getting mushy. I don't. Maybe she's. Does she have some kind of a melody? Does she sing something? Maybe I'm not sure.
It's up to you. It's your
Sure.
character.
She's got a little. You could picture like Sarah Jessica Parker in Hocus Pocus. She's got a little melody.
The robed figure at this point turns towards Adelheid and stops there, looking at Adelheid way too long. She is going to cast the next spell. This one's going to be a little bit more expensive. What am I willing to pay for this? Okay, I'm going to put this amount because I do want to see this one go through. All right. Going to be casting a spell on Adelheid. She goes ahead and reaches into the robe figure reaches into their robes, and you see their hand grasping at what looks like their mask. Does anybody want to use their resistance die?
Yes.
I have. Okay, so Lionel's going to use their last resistance die. Countess has 1, and Rosetta has 2.
I'll use one of mine.
One of Rosetta's.
Are you going to use your other one, Steven?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Adelheid. Well, actually, Lionel, you go ahead and roll 3d6. Very nice.
Rolling high.
Yeah, wow.
That's because Lionel's daddy.
It is, but I was going to go gung ho on this move, and I do apologize. I spent a huge portion of my points in order to make sure that this move goes ahead. I'll describe all of this to you guys later, just to let you know. But the robe figure goes ahead and lowers their mask, looking upon Adelheid. As she does so, Adelheid, you freeze for a moment because you see a very familiar face you haven't seen in a long time. Someone who has been haunting your very dreams. At this point, though, you'll see that they're warped and twisted on one side of their face. It is Gunhilder. You can see her blue eye looking at you. You can feel her intent, her heart just kind of pulsating for you. At this point, though, you'll see that the other half of her face is covered in dark shadows, and it beams red, the aura glowing around the hood, kind of demonstrating the fact that she has been twisted. She says, Adelheid, my love, what are you doing here? At this point...
My lady,
Oh, go ahead.
your sister called us.
At that point, you'll see that her blue eye, she narrows her gaze. My sister. You can feel the hatred, the venom that's on her voice. She is going to go ahead and give you a point of Rouge and 2 points of Noir.
There.
And that'll be tied
So
to
this
her
is-
specific bond, right?
It's between Adelheid, the bond towards the rogue figure, who is Gunhilder.
Okay.
Okay, and so she has one last ability that she is going to go ahead and cast. This one, though, is going to be very weak. If it goes through, I will be amazed. Well, technically speaking, there's only one person that has one die that can actually do a resistance on this. So, Senna, you're up.
I'll do it. Why not? So, it's 1d6.
1d6.
You said it was really weak.
Sunny, you actually succeed.
Woo!
I literally, I only had enough points to actually pay it. You, by adding that resistance die, even at a 1, would have thrown it off. So, it's totally fine. You see that Gunhilder just stands there. She goes and lifts up a hand, and she does so. You see that these long shadows that have been extending kind of around the area begin to gather, and you see them trying to form into something. But you're going to see that, Rosetta. What do you do in order to disrupt that?
So, she throws out a hand and kind of like in a stop gesture, and underneath on where the thin sheen that separates from the flames actually like roar up in a scary way around Gunhilder, and like enough to be distracting and forcing the gaze down to see what's happening.
Awesome. Excellent. And so she is going to be hindered. Now, that is going to be the end of that character's turn. We're going to go down through the attendants. The attendants are going to clash against each other. So within the carriage, you're going to see that 2 of the attendants brought in by Rosetta, or by Adelheid, are going to be taken out, but the Heartless Spiders are going to be taken out as well. In this case, the attendants here are going to be countering the Rogue Figure. Rogue Figure is going to be taking hits for that. So it's going to be from... All right, excellent. And so down here, you're going to hear within the road, you're going to hear the screams of Bartleby as 2 of these spiders begin to devour Bartleby. One of them, though, Bartleby is going to go ahead and kind of lash out, stabbing at him, trying to hurt the spider as best as possible. But sadly, Bartleby will not survive. All right, so this is
Bartleby.
Yeah, poor guy.
this is the interim of the the end of the first round, interim of the first act. You guys get to add 1 bond for anyone that is here within the scene. You can add a bond of Rouge or of Noir, or remove a bond of Rouge or Noir for anybody here within the scene.
Can it be for yourself?
Sure, you can remove a bond of Noir to yourself.
I would like to remove a bond of Noir to the robed figure.
Okay.
It hurts.
I would like to add a dot of Rouge to Rosetta.
Excellent.
I will do.
Keep keeping
All right.
notes on my phone, everyone. That's how I have to do it today.
All right, and so we are going to go ahead and start moving towards the second round. We're at the top of round 2. This is going to be the final round for the first act. At this point, all of you are going to get another point of noblesse oblige. So make sure you count those up, and remember, stack them up because you can actually use them towards the final act. You can dump a lot of noblesse oblige all at once and actually have a hefty hand. But round 2 begins. It is the player's turn. Lionel, you are first.
Right. Okay, so I'm gonna stay here because the robed figure is here. Oh. Oh, shit. Fuck me up. Ooh. Ooh.
Don't kill my wife. She's clearly just mentally ill.
All right, so at this point, Lionel, you're going to notice that you rolled 2 6s. That's a pip of glory. So imagine you have another die there with a 10 written upon it.
So I have a 30 and not a 20.
Correct.
Oh, well, fuck me up.
No, actually, quite the opposite. You're going to be fucking them up.
Okay, so... So, the spiders are gone. They're attendants now?
The attendants belong
The
to
attendants
your
are
allies.
allies.
Oh,
To Rosemond.
So the spiders are gone, so it's just the robed figure.
Correct.
Who is attacking us.
Correct.
Let's see. And I have 30. So I'm going to be doing Invading Malice for 9. I just want to make sure my math is right on this. Try to use... Can you use social actions in combat or only combat actions?
You can only use combat actions.
Okay, perfect. I'll do Knight Chivalry for 1. I'll go ahead and raise my Noblesse Oblige with 4. And then I'll do Knight -8 for the Wretched Spear of Revenge. Until the beginning of your next turn, the target uses an action that inflicts Noir upon another target. They take half that amount of Noir themselves.
Excellent.
I have 8 left. I'll do 5 to leave a scar. That leaves me 3, so I can't really do much with that. So, So I'm dealing 4 Noir to her. She'll get another one at the end of the round.
Correct.
And she'll gain half the Noir that she inflicts upon us. And how this looks is he has these blades and he's like cut at this spider. He spins around and cuts at his chest, coating the blades in his own blood before he becomes a whirling dervish and starts attacking the robed figure.
Excellent. All right.
And as he cuts her, we had a deal. As he looks
That's
down,
a little bit sus.
as he looks down upon her. Well, because he had to deal with the 2 sisters.
All right. So at this point, it is now going to be, I do believe, Rosetta's turn.
So before I roll, I'm going to move Rosetta back into the rocky cliff area.
Okay.
And then I'll just roll my 4d6. Okay. So first it's going to be, since it's a new turn, can I use Lake of Rosa's Thorn again?
You can.
Okay. So that'll give 1 point of Noir. And then I'll do...
Now, the only thing though is that, like a Rosa's Thorn, the target takes 1 point of Noir. After this action has resolved, you may move up to a neighboring area.
Yeah.
Okay, so you may move.
Just
So if you don't choose to move, you just stay.
Yeah.
All right.
Then it's going to be Knight Chivalry, where 1 noir is inflicted on the robe figure.
Excellent.
And then my name shall be heard, in which I gain another point of noblesse oblige.
Excellent. And that be all?
Yes.
Awesome. How does it all look? Describe it.
Okay, so let me see here. Basically, she sort of like slides in, almost like ice skates into and onto the plane that she's created, and avoids Lionel as he's attacking and goes in from the other side. And she swipes once with her rapier, and on the downswing points and stabs, and then pulls upward from point of contact before retreating. And as she's retreating, she says, "Fear the name of House Hellsguard."
Very nice. All right, excellent. So we're now catching up with Rosamond and Adelheid, the Countess and Adelheid. Who would like to go first?
Do it, Steven. Get cast.
If Rosamond... Adelheid does not want to hurt Lady Gunhilda. So if Rosamond wants to go, Rosamond, I should say, wants to go.
All right, so I rolled the same thing again, 4d6.
Yep.
4d6. You can always spend, remember, any player can spend a point of Noblesse Oblige before they roll to add an additional die to their hand. So you'd be rolling 5d6 if you'd like.
Oh, cool.
It gets even better once you get to the final act.
Because it carries over, right?
Well, you can only ever
16.
spend in the 2 acts, or sorry, in the whatever previous acts where the combat is social, you can only spend 1 point of Noblesse Oblige for 1 die. In the final act, you can spend 1 point per round that has passed, and you get that many die. So, like, let's say it's the 3rd round, you can spend 3 points of Noblesse Oblige to get 3 dice in order to roll.
Does your Noblesse Oblige carry over?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna do, I guess, no. Sorry, thinking. I'm gonna do Know the Distance of Eternity again.
Excellent. More creepy doll children coming out to play. Can't go wrong with that.
I'm going to do My Name Shall Be Heard and Trust Alone. Oh wait, no, that I'm bad at math. No, I did that right. Never mind.
All right, so 6 and 3 to do Know the Distance. You're going to do My Name Shall Be Heard. That's 4. And then you have 3 left.
Oh.
You would, yeah.
Am I reading this differently?
Yeah, because I think what you're doing is calculating or counting up the full number, tallying the full number to 16, and then dividing the 16 amongst the moves. What you're doing is actually the face of the die. You're spending that, not the actual total. So you have a 3.
Oh, I'm a dumbass. Okay.
No,
Got
hey, you're not a dummy. It's okay. It's hard to understand at first.
Oh, I did that totally wrong last round. I am so sorry.
No worries. It's totally.
Well, how do I see my dice? What each one rolled? I'm not seeing it.
So click on the 46 where you rolled. Click on the 46.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's going to show what dice you rolled. So
I got a 3, a 6, a 4, and a 3.
Correct. You can combine 2 of the dice together to create a higher number. So you could combine like.
Okay, so I'm going to combine. Yeah, I'm going to do the 4 and the 3 for Know the Distance of Eternity.
Excellent choice.
And then I'm going to Too many windows open. 6 and 3 is a 9. Can I combine those to use 9 points and then have 2 left over that I don't use?
Yeah, so you can combine them together, and then you'll have 2 points that are left over, and those just don't get used. You just kind of let them fade.
Okay. So then I'll do know the distance of thine enemy and witness thine ruptures.
Oh gosh, the target gains points of Nora equal to the number of stewards in the area divided by 2. So that's going to be 3 points. This is going to be problematic in the long run, I can tell you that much.
Uh-oh. Sorry.
I'm here to fuck shit up.
So describe, Countess Rosemond, how your creepy doll-like children run over and start just assaulting the robed figure.
Well, you know, in Hocus Pocus, Sarah Jessica Parker has sort of that pretty soprano-y sound. I suspect that the Countess sings more like Marlene Dietrich, and she's like, "Come, little children, come to my garden."
Oh gosh.
There you go.
Excellent. All right, and finally, we're going to have Adelheid take a turn.
How do I not hurt the love that I had to abandon and was forced to break the heart of?
Sadly, this is a fight. The rogue figure is fighting you guys. Even though that is your love, the fact of the matter is that they are a force to be reckoned with at this moment.
My lady, please, we don't have to end this with bloodshed.
You see, as she's grappling several of these small doll-like children, tossing them, aside, as the Countess is singing in the back, and then she turns towards you, and again, the blue eye that she had that looked crisp and reminded you of your time together with her, she is now scowling, kind of looking at your allies, and you see the red eye burning brighter, kind of illustrating that her face has contorted and shifted and changed. And at this point, you can see it's almost like a horrific mask. All right.
You see,
so
now I have a choice, don't I? I could either attack her or attack some of the attendants, right? In theory.
You want to attack your own attendants? Your allies' attendants?
Mayhaps. They're attacking the love of my life.
To be fair, she
my
attacked
short
us first.
life. I'm very young.
That is a choice. You're not that super young. You're about 30-something years old. You're pretty old.
You just look like a baby.
For a vampire? That's baby ages.
Yeah, but you're just not that naive, is all I'm saying. All right, so you have your major roll. What would you like to do? I mean, you could take moves that don't do any damage. You could just do you could do My Name Shall Be Heard and leave it at that.
What happens if I cast an area realization on an area that already has an area realization on it? Does it cancel out?
No, because the thing is, if you cast like the Gates of Hell open, it's the same thing, so it won't cancel. Yeah. It's just the second one will never trigger.
Okay.
Leave her alone. Sorry, guys. Dog.
No worries. So, Adelheid, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I'd like to use the decisive moment. Which is a seal realization. The target may use one action of their choice one more time during their turn. And I think I'd like to give that to Lionel, and then use a My Name Shall Be Heard to gain a point of Noblesse Oblige.
Shit, am I at 5 now? I am at 5 now.
No, I get the noblesse oblige. You get an extra action.
Oh.
All right. Excellent. So that is going to be Rosemont, Adelheid, Rosetta already went, Lionel. That is going to be the end of the round.
Oh, she takes another point of Nor damage.
She is. Well, she's going to actually take a few more as well because there's a lot of servants or attendants there belonging to the Countess and her crazy doll-like children characters running around. So she is going to be taking points for that. All right. You see that the rogue figure is going to take their action. This is prior to them. What can she do? Okay, let me actually go ahead and get this open. All right, you see that she is going to begin. You see her hands once more. At this point, the small doll-like children from the Countess are kind of assailing her, and she's doing her best to kind of keep her distance, but they seem to be quick and moving about. At this point, though, she has a free moment. She brings up both of her hands, and looking towards Adelheid, you see that she goes, and she says, "I must undo this curse." And with that, she raises both of her hands. The shadows that are cast from her are long. You see that these globules of blackness begin to rise from the very ground, almost taking shape and form. She is beginning to summon something. What do you guys do? Who would like to use their resistance dice?
Do we have more this time?
Every round, at the start of every round, you get 2 new resistance dice.
And
they don't. Yeah, they do not accumulate over turns. So you can't actually hoard them, but every round you do get 2.
I'll do 2 for this. This looks weird and powerful.
I'll add 1.
All right, 2, 1.
Yeah, I'll throw in 1 with the caveat of let us help you, please,
and
my
Countess,
lady.
would you like to add any dice?
Steven, you're muted, I think. 1.
I'll have 1.
All right, so that's going to be 5 dice. Who would like to make the roll?
I have it ready to go, so I can do it.
All right.
Go, go, go.
Let it go.
Not awful.
I see double 1s and double 6s.
Yep.
The double 1s and double 6s do not work on the resistance dice because that would be insane.
Damn.
That would literally be way too insane. So it's going to be... Okay, her spell still goes off because she has spent every single last point that she has on this spell. And I was like, oh gosh, if you guys even got close to that, and you almost did it. You almost did it. You see that she begins to summon forth more spiders. They begin to fill the area. Everybody within this area takes a point of noir. All the attendants are defeated. And for each of the attendants that were there, heartless spiders appear. All right. At this point, you're going to see that the heartless spiders appear, again, popping where the Countess's attendants happen to be. The rogue figure goes ahead and begins to attack each and every one of you with her heartless spiders. You're basically being pushed back, but the rogue figure goes and turns towards Adelheid as one of the spiders throws itself lunging towards Adelheid. She goes ahead and pulls back in the air. She raises up her hand, pulling it back, and you see that the spider stops and kind of falls to the ground as the shadows unravel it and brings it down. And you see that the rogue figure stands there, Gunhilder looking towards Adelheid and says, "No, this is not your time. It's mine. It's my sister's." And with that, she vanishes. And that is going to be the end of the first act.
Cool. Can we take like a 5-minute smoke break, perhaps, before Act 2?
I I would say let's take a 10-minute break and we'll come back to it.
Perfect.
Nice.
Perfect. See you in 10. This is a wacky, weird little game. I kind of want to sit with the PDF a little bit more, too, in the future, because I think understanding the setting a little bit better would be really cool. But see you in 10.
Airbnb?
All right.
See you in 10.
back, everyone. Hello. Okay, so Act 2.
So, with the end of Act 1, the first thing you're going to notice is that your characters, you're going to retain any noir and any of the rouge that you would have gained. I do need to look it up, and I do apologize. This rule kind of slipped my mind. I don't recall 100%. In regards to your noblesse oblige, I don't know if it carries over from round to round. I'm going to say for this experience, let's go ahead and do that. Let's carry it from round to round. Otherwise, I will come back and let you guys know if I was wrong. I don't know if I am. But you're going to see that Gunhilder goes ahead and disappears. At this point, all the shadows begin to fall away, and for the most part, it seems as though things go back to a sense of normalcy. The wind bellowing from the ocean kind of carries the smell of the surf, and you can look over towards the north end, and there in the distance, you can see the castle of Reichenbach rising up, kind of looming as the silhouette, or sorry, I should say, the light of the moon kind of falls upon it, casting a silhouette. You see the castle out there. Looking over towards the side of the cliffside, you're going to see the remains of the carriage and what is left. And for the most part, you feel a sense of sadness for the passing of Bartleby, but at this moment, there's nothing else that can be done. And so you continue to push forward.
Poor Bartleby. I knew him well.
No.
He's a good man. Jump scare.
He was 3 days from retirement.
No pension for you. What on earth is going on? I don't like this. I feel very betrayed.
Let's go find exactly the lady of the house has done.
After you, of course.
I don't like this. Everyone stay on your guard.
I was born on guard.
I doubt that.
You doubt much of what you don't know. And he just walks past her, like, two, like, bloody lines down his chest, daggers at his side, still drawn.
She rolls her eyes as he walks past.
Hot. Let's make it spicy.
You begin to make your way towards Castle Reichenbach. At this point, the journey does not take too long. But you see that the path is one that leads and winds around the cliffsides, giving a treacherous edge to it all. But eventually you come to the gates of the Castle of Reichenbach, and you see that the gates have been laid open. As you look upon the castle itself, you begin to realize something. This castle is falling apart. You can see clearly where there are spots where the castle is not materialized or realized. Remember, knights are gifted with one of the gifts that Lord DracuRouge blesses his knights is the gift of realization. And if you have enough strength and you have... Oops, sorry. That came in way too loud, louder than I expected, and I did not expect that to actually happen, so I do apologize for that. I mean, honestly, it scared the shit out of me. Loop sound. I want it to loop. That's it. That's all I wanted to do. Thank you. All right. You see that the castle is in a state of disrepair and decay, almost as though it's withering away. What catches your attention about this is that if the family of the Reichenbach or the family of the Avalomas who reside here have been maintaining this castle, their realization should not be able to wither away, for the simple fact that they're blessed by Lord DracuRouge, and this power should be able to be enough to keep this castle in perpetuity forever. But as you look, you begin to notice the rot that is lingering upon Castle Reichenbach, and so you begin to proceed. As you approach the main door, the doors open up, and a servant comes out to greet you. The servant is one that, again, seems almost older and withered. You'll see that there's something about them that just doesn't seem to be right, almost as though something is not whole. The servant comes out and bows politely and says, "The lady, she will see you now. Come, please follow me." And with that, leads you into Castle Reichenbach. And so, you are led into the castle, passing through the main halls. Here you see various paintings belonging to that, demonstrating the previous owners of the Castle Reichenbach, the extended family of the Avalomas who have resided here for many generations. As you approach the final paintings, you see two in particular. One, that of Lady Karenina Vivian von Avaloma. This one retains its beauty, and for the most part only seems somewhat dusted. The other, though, looking across the hall, is that belonging to Lady Gunhilder. In her youth and in her beauty, you can see her blue eyes that shone brightly. It could actually almost sway any individual who would look upon her. She was far more beautiful than Lady Karenina. That is a fact. At this point, though, you'll notice that her painting is ragged. You'll see as though something has cut through it, lashing or slashing through the painting itself. As you're watching upon this, you're going to hear a sigh. As you look around towards its source, you're going to see Lady Karenina. "Oh, you're here," she states. She begins to walk towards you. You're going to notice that there's a certain sense of, well, weariness that surrounds Lady Karenina. Something has been weighing down upon her. You see that she seems almost a little disheveled. Strange for a person of her stature, a knight as well. As she goes to present herself to all of you, she goes ahead and states, "My friends, my allies, I need of great assistance, of great help. I knew not who to turn to, and thus I've asked for your aid."
What seems
What
to
is
be
it
the
you
problem?
seek?
Karenina, what have you done?
Now, don't cast aspersions until we have answers.
Gunhild
Karenina-
wanted her dead. You heard what
Karen-
she said.
You'll see that Karenina turns towards Adelaide and says, "What have I done? I've done nothing. I've done everything my duty to my family, to this house, to all that know me. I've done as I am expected to do.
And what
Rather-
of, and what of your sister, who attacked us on the way in?
You see at this point, she turns her gaze towards Adelaide, and her eyes, she cocks one, and she just looks at Adelaide. This is the first time you see her. Again, a moment ago, she seemed as though she was looking for attention, for help. Here, she is looking down upon Adelaide. She, my dear Lionel, was corrupted by another, given to ideas and whimsies that she not needed. She had no requirement for it. And for that, well, you saw what happened to her.
I did not do that. Your hatred for what we were did. Your unacceptance.
My hatred? No. I put her with purpose. I told her what she needed to do, the rules that she needed to abide by. You, Adelaide, corrupted her. And so you must fix this.
I gave her joy in a way that she had never known before. You kept that from her.
The curtains begin to open as we move into act number 2. This is Castle Reichenbach. There's going to be 3 sections to this castle. You have the inner chambers, the halls of the castle, as well as the castle gardens. Lady Karenina can be found within the inner chambers, which is in the throne area. You're going to see that she has attendants herself as well. But nevertheless, even in times amongst friends and allies, there is always that looming doubt, one that is being felt by Adelaide at this moment. So you're going to find the shadow of Lady Gunhilder, her shadow dwelling within the castle gardens. That is the regret, the memories lingering there, the questions that need to be answered, the solace that needs to be found. With her are going to be 2 minions, heartless spiders. These are going to be, again, the aching, the longing, the realization of the individual trying to find solace in this moment. And so all of you are going to be starting off in the castle gardens.
Cool.
All right. So at this point, we're going to be moving into a social scene. So you look at your social abilities. That's what you can use. For the most part, the spiders are going to act pretty much the same way that they've had. You have 2 other companions now on the board. One who is going to be opposing you, which is going to be the Lady Gunhilder von Avaloma, which is her regret, the memories about her, the mistrust that is being built against Adelaide as well. And you're also going to have Lady Karenina. Both of them are going to be able to take actions. You're going to have to decide whether or not you're going to use your resistance dice when they cast their abilities. Now, normally, I will say that in social scenes, allies tend to kind of get involved and be able to help the players. So it's up to you to decide whether you want to accept their help or not. But as last time, we are going to go ahead and have Lionel take their first action.
1, 2, 3, 4. Roll. Well, okay, that's not bad. Okay, so to do this correctly this time, I'm going to combine the 5 and the 3 for 8. For with a gentle kiss, you and the target both gain 1 rouge. If in the garden, you both gain 2 rouge instead. And I'm going to go up to the shadow of Gunhilder. Forgive my anger, my lady. You mean so much to me. What I want is to take your burden from you. And he'll bow to her, and if she allows, he'll lay a gentle kiss upon her knuckles.
Ooh, very sweet.
And that's for 8 of my points. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have another 8. And I will do... After he kisses her hand, he'll stand up and open his arms. Please come to me. Let me embrace you and ease your burden. And I'll use 5 of that 8 for rest in my arms. And they can remove 1 Nor from their choice. So I gain 2 rouge towards her. She gains 2 rouge towards me.
Excellent.
And she can reduce a Nor. And that's my turn.
Excellent. All right. There are 2 heartless spiders there. Sadly, you are going to be taking 2 Noir towards Gunhilder, as that is the regret that lingers there. The heartless spiders are representations of that as well.
Okay, and that takes me to 5 Nor with Gunhilder, so that gives me 1 thirst.
So that's going to give you 1 thirst, and then you reset, and you're going to start off at 1.
Start off at 1 what? Thirst, right?
Noir.
Oh, I get 1 Nor for her. Okay, got it.
So you're going to have one thirst and one noir. So what that means is that the thirst, you're going to add a +1 to your highest die roll in your hand when you roll.
Okay.
Because noir, believe it or not, makes you effectively stronger. You're tapping into your darker, angrier, meaner emotions. And so it actually is going to make you far more better within a scene, combat-wise and social. But at the same time, it is going to draw you ever closer to the fall.
Okay, cool.
All right, so next up is going to be Rosetta.
That's 4. Roll. All right. Just looking at what I have. So I'm going to take a 5 and a 4 to make 9, but I'll only use 8 of it.
Okay.
And it's going to be What a Gentle Kiss for Rouge. And since we're in the garden, it's 2 Rouge to me and target. And it's going to be... so Rosetta looks upon this shade of the person that she used to admire, who was her trainer, her teacher, her friend, and just shakes her head. This isn't you. This was never what you wanted, who you were. I knew. And I never said anything. And I know that were you to be found out, you would have never turned against what you knew was right. I don't understand. Is this some sort of condemnation, a punishment, a curse? Whatever it is, I can't accept it. I don't take joy in fighting you. And she kind of like bows over the hand, not like Lionel did, where it was like, showy or anything like that. It's just more of like, and she takes it and she like touches it to her forehead in like a sign of fealty.
Excellent.
And then from there, no, that's gonna be it.
Okay. All right. And so now you have Adelheid or the Countess who can take an action. Or turn, I should say. Oh, by the way, you do take Rosetta to Noir towards Gunhilder.
Okay.
And so, Countess, Adelheid, one of you get to go taking actions for this turn.
Go ahead, Adelaide.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ooh. You have Pips of Glory.
18.
18.
Okay. I mean, yeah, obs, I'm taking with What a Gentle Kiss. And just to clarify, John, are we using the same noir bond as the robed figure for the shade?
The robe figure becomes Gunhilder because you kind of realized who she is. Yeah.
So I get 2 rouge towards her, and she gets 2 rouge towards me. And I will just kind of turn to the shade and be like, I am so sorry that I let you be taken from me, that I did not fight harder to save what we had. I thought I was doing right. I knew what we had was against the societal norms, but it was right by you. It was right by me. And I'm so sorry to have let you be taken from that. And I won't pretend to try to kiss her at all, because unless she makes a motion that she would like it, some form of comfort. And that took up that 8.
So you see, for the most part, that the aspect of Gunhilder, again, this is the memory, the regrets that linger here. You see, as she navigates the garden, she retains, again, almost as though she had stepped out of your memory. She maintains that grace, that beauty that you would have had, that admiration, that fealty towards this person who seemed dedicated and passionate, this person that seemed to want to protect and help. And you see that as she kind of navigates the garden and you guys, again, do these motions, take these actions, parts of her kind of stop for a moment. But she doesn't seem to respond to you in the present, more as though you're kind of contemplating you're going and delving inside, trying to quail your mistrust, your doubts, your hesitations about her. So Adelheid, you are going to be getting True Noir from Gunhilder due to the Heartless Spiders. It is now the Countess's turn.
Hold on, I'm not done. I have more that I
go
can
ahead.
do.
No, my apologies. Go ahead. Yeah, you have like 10, 1, 1, 3, 3.
Yeah, so that used up my 8. That is the 10. I would like to use appropriate flattery. Realization. Effects of a target steward become, instead of Noir, the steward inflicts 2 Rouge.
Ooh, nice.
So I would like to target one of the Heartless Spiders.
Awesome.
And no, I can't use that twice. Sorry. And then I would like to use a frozen moment. Now, rest in my arms. Who wants the Noir removed?
It's up to you. Who would you like to remove their Noir for?
I'll give Rosetta a chance to remove the Noir.
Thank you.
All right. Rosetta can remove 1 Noir. All right, excellent. So you are going to be getting 1 Noir from one of the spiders. From the other, you're going to be getting DracuRouge, and this is towards Gunhilder.
Cool. So that filled up both my Rouge and my Noir bar with her. Do I get both a thirst and a warmth?
So you're going to erase everything. You're going to start off with 1 Rouge and 1 Noir. You're going to be gaining a warmth, and you're going to be getting a thirst.
Okay.
You can use a warmth whenever you like to reduce a level of thirst from yourself or from allies around you.
Okay.
All right. And then finally, we have Countess.
Gotta do my roll, which I have set up. There's too many windows on this damn computer. Oi. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm bad at math. I have to think. We're in the garden, right?
Correct.
Okay, no. Sorry, I'm just going to do the jewel throne is here so that I treat the area as if it's my throne. And at the end of my turn, characters of my choice in the area gain 1 Rouge. And so I'm just going to say that I'm guessing it's characters of my choice because it says plural. So I'm going to say that everybody in this throng gets 1 Rouge at the end of it. And I'm going to remove 1 Noir from... I'm going to do Rest in My Arms, which is remove 1 Noir from a Noir of their choice.
All right. Who would you like to select for that?
I guess Adelaide.
So, real quick, and I just want to kind of bounce this idea with you. So, the jeweled throne is here. You summon forth a throne, of which you create. The area becomes a throne to you, not to everybody else, just to you. And you actually have a move called the Throne Lies Quiet, which costs 3. The target gains 1 Rouge. This action can be used only in throne, so technically this is the throne, and you can use it up to 4 times. So you can technically use that move twice and give 2 Rouge to someone else.
Okay, let's do that then. Do I have to give Rouge to the same person?
No, it's your choice who you want to give it to, but do you want to spend a Rouge or 2 towards the Gunhilder?
Yes.
How do you think that's going to look? How does the Countess reflect upon Gunhilder?
An interpretive dance, which I will spare you.
Interpretive flash dance.
There you go.
Vampires are all naked.
I can only accept it if Countess at the end does jazz hands.
I'll do you one even better. She does it on point, and it's quite a remarkable thing to see because she's absolutely terrible at it. But I sort of envision her. She's like Florence Foster Jenkins, if you know who that is. That Meryl Streep movie, like the lady who can't sing. She's sort of like, she thinks she is... she thinks that she's, you know, this incredible artiste, but the fact remains that she's really just some eccentric rich bitch. And so she does a sort of on-point dance, and it ends with a pirouette that ends with a stumble, and to hide the stumble, she does this. There you go.
I love it.
There's your jazz fingers. There's your jazz hands. Spirit fingers.
All right. So at this point, you actually are able to quail your anxieties, your guilt towards Gunhilder. Whatever's happening here, though, still stands in testament of the actions that had occurred between Gunhilder and Karenina, as the castle again still seems to fall apart or seems to be in a state of decay and withering. But you're going to see that Gunhilder smiles. The vision of her looks upon you, and she almost looks angelic. In the next instance, the light of the moon seems to shine down a little bit brighter, surrounding the garden, and you'll see that the garden erupts into blooms of purple flowers. In the next instance, though, Gunhilder is gone. All right. So that is the player's turn. We're going to turn now towards Karenina. Karenina being the only person effectively in the scene right now. Karenina is going to go ahead. She will stay where she is at. Let me see what she can do. Actually, Karenina is going to walk down towards the halls of the castle, bringing her attendants with her. She is going to go ahead and spend some points. I'm actually going to go ahead and say, Karenina is going to begin taking an action. You see that as she does so, she's walking through the halls. She looks out towards the gardens and she sees the brilliant shine of the light of the moon. At this point, she is going to look purposefully towards Countess Rosemond. And you see that she's going to be taking an action. Do you guys want to resist her?
I'll throw one die towards it.
Yeah, I'll throw a dice towards it.
All right, that's
I don't know
two.
what she's doing, so I'll wait.
Waiting. And Countess, would you like to resist?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, that's three dice, two dice. You want to toss in two or one?
Oh, I'll take a risk and toss in one.
All right, so that's three dice. Who would like to roll? Adelheid, go ahead and roll. Or Adelaide, I
3
should say.
dice.
3 dice. Good luck. $10. Ooh. That's really good. The only problem, though, is I spent all of her points, and she had a lot of points into this one move. From the distance, she's looking at the Countess. Countess, you stop in your dance at this moment. You're looking around, and you feel as though someone is watching you. As you turn, your eyes locks with that of Karenina. She is going to go ahead, and she does her move called Let Our Eyes Meet. You are going to go ahead and gain a rouge, Countess, but you hear her voice within your head. Countess, do not be misled. Gunhilda is fallen. She is the reasoning why this curse has fallen upon our castle, why Rockenbach is falling, why despair now lingers here, and not the warm hearth of friendship and kindness. Your friends, your companions, I do not wish any harm to them, but they don't seem to understand. Please, you have to put her down. She is tethered to our castle, as I am tethered to it. If she remains as a night beast, it is going to continue to fall. Can you do that for me, Countess? Can you please make your companions understand they have to put her down?
Oh, gosh. Is there something I can roll to know if I should do this?
It's up to you to decide. You're hearing this in your head. You can respond if you like, but it's just in your head. It's up to you to decide whether fear your gut. Like, do you trust it or do you not?
I'm not going to trust it.
All right. So that is going to be the end of round 1 for the second act. We are going to go ahead. You guys are able to create a bond, add a rouge or a noir, or remove a rouge or noir from a bond from someone within the scene that has been in the scene.
I'm going to remove a Nor from Gunhilda.
I'm gonna add a noir, the Lady Katarina. I don't like her.
I'm gonna add a rouge with Adelaide.
Okay.
We are bonded over. We don't have the same relationships with Gunhilda, but we both care about her.
All right. And so we are going to be moving to the last round within Act 2. You guys all gain a point of noblesse oblige, and so the players get to go first.
And she's gone now, right?
Gunhilder, yes.
1 second. This.
Like the aspect of Gunhilder, which was where your regrets, your memories lingered in equal measure inside the gardens that you knew that Gunhilder used to frequent while she was here. But now, as you guys have settled, feeling your heartache quailed just a bit, you begin to realize that the gardens without her just seem a little lackluster. They seem a little paltry in comparison. And so at this point, you begin to see that Karenina is moving towards you. And Lionel, you are first.
Right, 4 dice. $19, that's a good roll. Oh, I got 2 6s, so that's a 29? Whew.
You got Pips of Glory.
Let's see, I am going to... And we're still in the garden, correct?
Well, you're in the garden at this moment. You remember you can move before or after you roll.
Oh God, I can't move this. It's not letting me move this screen.
When in doubt, use the arrow keys.
Okay. I will move into the castle to confront Lady Karenina. What does steward summon mean?
You bring out stewards. You actually bring out little attendants to the combat field.
Okay.
Or the social field.
I'm going to use one of those 6s for We Curse Descendants. And 2 shadow demon things are right behind me. I'm going to do the other 6 and 3 for sleep and silence. At the end of your turn, you gain a point of rouge towards yourself. At the beginning of your turn, you may dispel this realization to lower your thirst by 1. Lady Katarina, I do not think you've been completely honest with us. Tell me the truth now, what are you doing? And I'll do that 10 for What a Gentle Kiss, and we both gain 1 rouge. That's towards Katarina, though.
Karenina goes ahead and looks towards Lionel. Again, she seems a little disheveled, a little bit worse for wear, kind of like the castle you're standing in. At this point, she goes ahead and states, Sir Lionel, I have never been anything but honest with you. Why would you assume I've been lying?
Because nothing is adding up here. You were allies. You and your sister were close, and now you are at odds. And putting me in between it, and all I care about is my clan. Tell me the truth now.
You see that she looks at you for a moment. She has a befuddled look upon her eyes. She narrows them towards you, Lionel, but she comes out and says, You must be mistaken, Lionel. I don't know if the time away from Reichenbach has caused you to forget, but I and Gunhilder were never close. Quite the opposite. I've always tried to educate Gunhilder, tried to direct in the correct paths in life. Gunhilder was always wild, and became even more so when, and at this point you see that she looks over, past Rosetta, past the Countess, towards Adelheid.
I don't want to get the stream copyright struck, but I could have sung the Taylor Swift song.
So, it is going to be Lionel. It is not going to be Rosetta's turn.
So Rosetta has seen the look.
Oh, I do apologize. Real quick, Rosetta. Your two attendants, her two attendants are going to give you Rouge. Lino.
Me?
You get
Lionel?
Lino.
Okay.
Because he ended his turn in the same zone that they're in, and so the two attendants are going to give you Rouge towards Lady Karenina. And my apologies, Rosetta, you're up.
Okay, so Rosetta heard that, and she saw the look. And she steps into the halls of the castle, looking at Karenina and shaking her head. And then I will decide based on the rolls. Okay. Open it. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to use a dignified flower, wherein I gain a point of rouge, and so does Karenina, as I'm speaking to her.
Okay.
I've seen what happened to your sister, and I see you before me now. I see how disheveled you are. It's reflective of the castle itself. Your sister is not the true enemy here, and I wish not to fight you because I know that it would break her heart. Okay. And I think that's about all I can do. Oh wait, I can do 5. And I'll do rest in my arms. Can you use that on yourself?
One other.
One other than
Oh, to say other? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I think that's gonna be it.
I mean, you have a 3, a 4, and a 1.
Yeah.
You did a dignified flower, right?
Yes. I'm trying
Okay.
to like, I don't know if I want to add noir to anybody though. That's the thing. But you know what?
I mean, so remember that with the NPCs, NPCs do not gain rouge or noir towards you per se. They just have a presence, and you can knock down that presence by giving them rouge and noir.
Okay.
And so they will accept, whatever rouge and noir you toss their way will lessen their presence within the location. So technically speaking, if you do like an offering to my master, that's going to hit her with 3 rouge. That's actually not a bad hit.
Do I have 8? Oh yeah, I do have 8. So yeah, I will do an offering to my master for the 3 rouge, and then I'll someone else. I'll give it to the Countess. Sorry.
A noir towards the Countess. Okay. You see that Karenina goes ahead and she moves towards you, Rosetta. She doesn't seem angry at your implications. Rather, she comes out and she looks almost sorrowful. Sir Rosetta, when you were here, you were training with my sister. You know Gunhilda better than anyone. You have to understand, though. I am trying to keep Castle Reichenbach standing, whereas my sister, she was tethered to Castle Reichenbach. But the fact that she is falling has caused this castle to fall as well. Do you not see that? I'm doing the best that I can to keep this together.
No, what I see is your ignorance is causing the fall. Unfortunately, dear, you must understand that there are things more powerful than blood. Like bringing new blood into it. Like love. Like what your sister had.
I wish I was so optimistic and naive as you, Rosetta. But the truth of the matter is that perhaps you still have much to learn and understand of the real world. With her fall, Castle Reichenbach is standing on a edge that can see it fall as well. I'm doing the best that I can to try to keep it together. And then you see that she kind of goes ahead, Rosetta, and she looks at you, but you see that her eyes falling upon you, these crystal white eyes that she has, show no real emotion, no remorse, no sadness, no anger, just almost a gaze to kind of confirm, to note, well, not note, but to confirm upon you that you are here, that you are participating, but at the same time, she has no true emotions about you. And so we are going to move towards our last two, Countess Adelaide. You guys get to decide who goes.
Countess, I went first last time. Only fair for me to offer you that first position.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead, Countess.
This
Break
is
into
social
song.
still, right?
Yep.
This is social. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I have to roll, don't I?
Rolling would help. I'm not going to suggest it, but it would help.
Would get the ball rolling.
11. I guess I'll just do the same thing again. I'll do the jeweled throne is here and the throne lies quiet. And I'll give Rouge to I did Adelaide last time, so I'll do Lionel, and forgive me, Sunny, I forget your character's name.
Rosetta.
Thank you, Rosetta.
Would you like... Well, if you're going to do it to Rosetta, you're going to have to move to Halls of the Castle and then commit to the action there. So that is going to be at the end. Everybody... Who do you want to give a Rouge to? Because you get to give a Rouge to everybody that's in this area.
Oh, so I can't give it to Rosetta?
No, you can, but it's going to be... Is there anyone that you want to avoid giving it to? Because you can select
No,
any
they can all
character to
have
give
it as far as I'm
They
concerned.
can all have it. Perfect. Okay, so at the end of your turn, all of them are going to be getting Rouge.
I just thought I had to pick two, sorry.
And you're going to be doing the Throne Lies Quiet. So you could give Rouge to two other people. Who would you like to give Rouge to? One to Rosetta and one to who else?
And I guess Lionel.
All right, Lionel gets Rouge. Karenina gets Rouge as well. And all the attendants gain Rouge. Oh, and I do apologize, Rosetta, you would have gone to Rouge towards Karenina. Sorry, I forgot to mention that
you.
for the two attendants. All the other attendants get Rouge as well, and their presence is withered down to nothing. It is now going to be Adelaide's turn, as the Countess makes her move into the halls of the castle, kind of setting her authority and presence there. Adelheid, take your turn.
Yeah, I'm storming into those halls. Thank you very much. Let me roll. So 22. Because I got 2 ones.
Excellent. So you got 10, 1, 1,
Cool.
5, 5.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. I can do that. I would like to use the battlefield is my heart. It is a fate realization. I cancel this fate realization when I receive a noir. This noir becomes Rouge instantly. And then I'd like to use words of condemnation.
All right.
On Katarina, me and the target both take 1 noir. but that
So you're
noir
gonna
gets
take
turned into rouge for me.
Rouge, correct. So it's rouge towards
Okay.
yourself, by the way.
That's fine. Like myself.
We hope.
Uh, and I would like to come storming in there, doing all that, and just be like, what did you let happen? Karenina, what you and I, all of us here, both know, all know, that one doesn't just fall. That... What's their clan name again? The DracuRouge?
Whose clan are you looking for? Theirs?
Karenina's, yeah. They're like
Avaloma.
bloodline that makes them powerful.
Avaloma.
You and I both know that an Avaloma as powerful as Gunhild wouldn't have just fallen. You have to be hungry to do what she does, to become what she has. What did you not do? You were her keeper. You starved her. Karenina, what did you do to make the situation so much worse?
Karenina snaps towards Adelheid. At this point, she looks over, and you can see a sense of the regalness that she has kind of come back to her. The disheveledness kind of dispersing, and at this point, you see that she glares towards Adelheid. You are the one that caused this, not I, not my family, not her. It was you. You gave her the idea, the ambition for love, for an understanding, for her passion and heart, and you made her veer off the course that she was expected to do. She became this because of you.
You did not have the ability to adapt to her needs. I provided her what everyone should have a right to.
And look at what it has led to. Look at what she has become. And she points her finger towards
Look at what you have done.
Sorry. She points her finger towards the nearby window that looks out towards the garden. And for a moment, Adelheid, you feel that you see a glimpse of that memory, that visage of Gunhilda as she's out there kind of looking in, perhaps like the last time you would have seen her when she and her sister had an argument. You brought this upon our family. You cursed us all. And that's why she decided to chase after her heart, after her passion. She did not know how to contain it. And that's why she has fallen. She is becoming a night beast.
She did not want to kill me out on the road. It was your head she was after. And with like my last 6 points, I would like to use Seer Realization, and she cannot move from the halls.
A frozen moment. Excellent. You see at this point that she kind of goes, and that regalness that she has kind of washes away, and she looks disheveled once more. I just want my sister back. I just want all of this to be over. That's why I requested each and every one of you. You've had a connection with her to varying degree. And you see that Lady Karenina is going to take her final action for this round. There is no more stewards on the board, so we can skip over the stewards as there's nothing to do for them. She's going to take her final action. Once more, she is going to be spending points. Who would like to resist, if anything?
2.
I think I only have one left.
Oh, we're in a new round, aren't we?
You're in a new round, so you
Oh,
would have
yes. Each round. I put in 2.
All right, so I need someone to roll 6 dice. And
I don't think
good luck to you.
Rosetta's rolled a...
Steven, did you want to do 2?
Sure.
Yeah.
I gotta log off soon, guys. I'm sorry. My eyes can't go on like this for hours.
We're
Okay.
almost done.
I'll do, 6.
Thank you, Sonny. My thing just messed up.
You're okay. No repeats? Darn it. But we did get
Okay.
19.
19. That is not going to allow her to go ahead and cast off her action. She turns once more, looking towards the Countess, trying to connect with her, but it doesn't land. At this moment, though, she turns her attention back towards Adelheid, and you see for a moment she's about to say something towards Adelheid when all of a sudden you hear a crash at that window. That silhouette of which Adelheid thought she had seen was actually a true vision. It's a true person. It is actually Gunhilder. This time, though, you see her in a monstrous form as she breaks through the window. She flings across the room quickly, a shadow wreathed in webs, as well as scales and legs. And you see that she grabs Karenina and with that drags her out of the castle. You hear the voice, "You will die for this curse. You will die for everything you've done to me, for the love you've taken from me." And with that, Karenina screams as they pounce off, heading back towards the garden and away into the night. And so we are going to go ahead and close the curtains here on the scene, ending our one-shot session of DracuRouge.
That was really cool.
Yeah. Super fun.
Are the other PDFs in English, John?
You can find them, but again, it's kind of hard to find them, so you kind of have to know where to look to get them. But I do know that there's a couple of people that do have access to it, so it shouldn't be too hard.
Cool. I'll shoot you a message about that later. This is really neat. Thank you so much, listeners, for joining us on the Story Told, this little one-shot of DracuRouge today. Hope it was interesting. This is a game that many people probably haven't seen much of, so I'm excited we got to bring it to our audience. If you have any questions about it, please join us on the Discord. There are links to our socials on the main thing. You can also find links to everything on our website. We have an exciting new season coming starting in February. We have a couple episodes left of this season, obviously, but we will be seeing you in the new year. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Do, 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 do.